as I say.
Nice different.
Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, project you live as a champ. A last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a choke slam. Here to give it to you raw. This is Wrestling with Savage. SmackDown, hold the title. This is Wrestling with Savage. What?
Wrestling with Savage begins now.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Wrestling with Savage, brought to you by Savage Kingdom Promotions. We're going to be talking about Monday Night Raw tonight, and there's a lot to cover. I had a lot going on this weekend. Monday Night Raw had a lot of shit going on tonight. My God. Raw was going to be filled with action tonight, Travis. Did you catch Monday Night Raw tonight, sir? How you doing, by the way? How was your weekend?
It was good. I got to spend time with Grandma, so that's always good.
All right, let's lower that music a little bit. So you got some quality time with Grandma over there. That's what's up, man. I appreciate that.
She's been a huge part of my life, so it's like
gotta take care of Grandma.
And now she used to live like 3 hours away. Now she lives 5 minutes up the road. So it's like when you're 5 minutes up the road, there's no excuse not to go and see.
Yo, I'm hyped tonight. I'm really excited. Not even for Raw, man. I'm hyped because of the trailers I've been watching all day long, and I guess all the commercials throughout the night, man. Final Fantasy 16 looks really, 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 really good.
It looks good. The only problem I have, because I finished playing the demo a little bit ago, has anyone else noticed that ever since Game of Thrones became popular, now every fantasy series has to have like 6 kingdoms warring with each other, and it has to be super political? And I'm like, man, what happened to just the good old days of me going out and killing a dragon?
I don't know, man. I think you noticed way more things than I could ever hope to imagine to. That's something I never even thought about at all. Not even remotely close. I'm just excited for the game, man. The game looks good. It looks like it's got a solid back.
Oh my gosh.
Storyline.
Speaking of good-looking games, the trailer we saw for Star Wars Outlaws looks exactly like the Star Wars game I've always wanted. Star Wars meets Red Dead Redemption, and you're playing as an outlaw.
All right, now you're going off the rails. I wanted to talk about one game. You're talking about all these games, man. That's it. It's over. We got to talk about wrestling now. Yeah, it's Monday Night Raw show. Don't you think the fans want to see about Rollins? What do you think about Rollins over here, man, as a Monday Night champion so far?
I love it. I think Rollins is one of the most. It sounds so weird because he's so huge, but I don't think people. Shut up, Jay.
Yeah, I'm cutting it off the rails.
I was just fine. I think that people don't realize it's like, man, I've heard people go like, man, can you believe how good Rollins is right now? I'm like, Rollins has been good forever. There's never been a bad Rollins anything.
Forever. Yeah, Rollins has been good forever. We're going to talk a lot about Rollins tonight. So just calm down over there, because I know if I let you go off right now, you're talking about Rollins for. You know what's good about you, Travis? I think you'll talk 2.5 hours about anything. If I ask you about Finn Balor, you'll give me 3 hours on Finn Balor. And let's welcome
I have
Jay
to stop
back to the
this.
show.
You guys are going off the rails.
We're not going off the rails.
And now Seth Rollins is the best wrestler. I have to stop this.
Seth Rollins,
Jay may join me.
Jay
may join me into talking about Finn Balor for 3 hours based on his T-shirt. So
maybe. Well, we got a lot to talk about tonight. Monday Night Raw. Rhea Ripley is going to come out. She have a new championship belt, and I gotta say that shit looks better than Rollins' belt. Even that one looks even nicer, the white variation of it.
You know what? I don't care either one of those. I'll take either one of those titles.
Yeah, no, they're both nice and shiny, and they get the job done. Rhea Ripley makes a fantastic champion, and more importantly than that, Dom over here. Where's Jay? Let's get Jay back here. We'll get you back here. but I think we're going to have to move you.
Okay.
Where's Jay over here? Oh, Jay's like back here. I got to like fix this. It'll take a second. But Rhea Ripley looks incredible with that belt, though. I mean, she is the Eradicator. They went hard tonight for her all throughout the show, giving video packages and all that, nonsense. Like, they went hard for Ripley tonight.
I think what makes it the best belt is that they just took Raw and SmackDown off the title. So I love that part. It's not called a Raw women's title, or SmackDown women's title. It's just the Women's World Championship. I like it.
You like it?
I like the name. I like that they took Raw and SmackDown off. That's what I like about it. I don't like when they added Raw and SmackDown titles. I thought that was stupid.
Okay. So you're not a fan of the...
I'm not a fan of it being called Raw Women's Title and SmackDown Women's Title. I am a fan of it being called Undisputed Women's Title, Women's World Heavyweight Championship. Whatever. I'm a fan of that.
I'm having issues over here. I'm trying to fix this over here. Cody Rhodes, though, he's going to come out. He's going to do his thing. He's going to cut a promo. Him and Dom apparently are working a program. A match has been announced, and it is official for Money in the Bank. Hey, Travis, don't play around.
Okay, no, I'm not playing around. I'm trying to
help.
You
are playing around. You're clicking things.
Exactly.
I was trying to help.
Don't click anything. You're not a producer right now. Right now, you're okay. Travis.
Exactly.
Okay. Guest. I'm trying to fix this over here, but I'm also not trying to let the show go off to the shits. So give me a second here so I can pass Jay the baton in a moment. So while he's babbling, I can get your beautiful face back on here.
Title. It's just in white.
Okay, so I want you to answer me a question. Why didn't we see Brock Lesnar tonight? When do you think we will see Brock Lesnar? Do you like the fact that they're letting everybody think that Cody Rhodes has a broken hand, yet he's still having high caliber matches with The Miz? Just give me your take on that now while I try to get Travis back in here.
My theory that I wish happened, but I don't think would happen because everybody's a Cody sucker out there. I wish that Brock Lesnar interfered Cody versus Dom, and Dom gets the biggest win of his career, and then he moves on and challenges Seth freaking Rollins for the World Championship. That would be my dream right there to lay it all out, but I don't think it's going to happen. I don't know. But I would love to see an interference.
You would love to see an interference.
I would love to see an interference. I would love to see Dom get the biggest win of his career. I think it would be amazing. I think the crowd will even get more heated the next day. I could just picture it in my head. It would truly be amazing TV. Must-see TV, to be exact.
Must-see TV.
I would think so. If it goes that route, I would think so. I would book it like that. I would have Brock come in, Money in the Bank, screw Cody, and then we have some wild stipulation match to finish it once and for all at SummerSlam.
Okay. All right.
How will you book it? How do you think Brock will return?
Travis, how about you? How would you book Brock's return?
And when do you think
Brock
will
be back on the
return?
TV now?
I actually agree with Jay on this one. I think that's the perfect way to book it. Have him cost Cody the match against Dom. Dom goes on to challenge for the world title. I don't think that Dom should win the world title, but I think he should challenge for it.
Yeah.
Because the amount of heat in that place would be nuclear.
Nuclear.
I agree.
I agree with Steven Chambers and what he's saying. I think...
Yeah, that should be your admin job. You're on the chats. Pop those chats on the screen. You can feel free to do banners too.
What you said right here,
on the same page.
I think you're right. I think Brock's going to show up and attack Cody in London because that's a big show, and they're not going to have Brock not be on that because the people in London, they're going to be like, yeah, we got to see Brock. Brock was on our show, but he wasn't. He's a big attraction. He is. Love him or hate him, Brock sells. He does.
Of course he sells, man. He's Brock freaking Lesnar. Why wouldn't he sell? Of course he's going to sell. He's one of the greatest champions of all time, one of the greatest wrestlers of all time, one of the greatest careers of all time. So that's what
do you think, Savage? When do you think Brock will come back, Savage?
Honestly, probably SummerSlam is what I'm thinking.
Okay.
The big pay-per-view, marquee pay-per-view, probably steel cage match between Cody and Brock, and that hopefully will be the finale.
I think we'll see Brock between now and then, but I don't think we're going to see him in a match till SummerSlam.
Yeah, 100%. I agree with that. I don't think we see him in a match anyway, anytime soon. And if we did, it'd probably be something random, maybe just to get him some TV time or some bullshit, or probably a run in or interference, something like that. Brock's more that kind of person, a disruptor. Come back and just ruin everybody's night. He might come back and ruin the whole locker room's night because Cody Rhodes isn't playing ball or agreeing to a match. What I would like to see is Brock Lesnar kidnap Cody's wife and baby.
You want to bring that edge, right?
Yeah, man. Make a crazy storyline. Make it fucking
Savage,
wild.
I'm sorry, but this is not WWF. You ain't getting that storyline.
You know, you're right, because tonight they kept bleeping out the word shit. I don't know if you guys noticed. There was like one good holy shit chant during the night.
It's
the Bronson Reed match, and they kept bleeping it out, which kind of shows
Kansas? Is this Kansas? Is that why?
Crazy to me. I mean, I'm not saying that I necessarily want it to be the other side, but AEW fans are getting to chant holy fuck all they want.
Yeah.
You can't even say shit over here in WWE. On WWE, it's like, well, no wonder the ECW crowd and those kind of like older people like me and you and Jay are drifting somewhat to AEW, because it's like, man, are you kidding me? We can't even say shit on this show. We're that childish.
Yeah, absolutely, we are. Dom cut a good promo tonight, along with Mommy. Dom, as usual, doing a fantastic job of getting heat, and their pairing together is just evident that it works. It's better than it's ever been.
His promo work seems to be getting better almost every week.
No, he's fantastic. He's phenomenal. Mm-hmm. He's gotten to a level now where he's confident, he's comfortable, and he knows what he's doing. And he's working a program right now with the hottest.
Look at that face right there, and tell me, in that particular shot, you don't look at that and go, somebody remind me, how long ago did Eddie pass? Because I'm looking at him. I'm looking at him.
He's not there yet. Not yet.
But I mean, that face looks like
we're on reels right now.
maybe that really is Eddie's son. I don't know. Who knows? He does look like him, but he's not on Eddie's level just yet.
No, but I think that's intentional that he looks like Eddie. I think that's
all right. Now we have The Miz coming in trying to interfere. He's going to basically try to sneak attack Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes lays him out, but the distraction allows Dom to get a little quick cheap shot in on Cody, and Dom runs away. Yeah, happily, he's out of there with Mommy. The Miz is, getting the match of his life right here. Cody Rhodes, primetime match slot, and they're going to get a lot of time. Hold on. Travis, the way this show works is this is wrestling with Savage. And the way the show works is Savage talks, and then he passes the baton. And I got to just be upfront with you. I can't do this show properly if I have to hear you interfere in every single fucking storyline that I'm trying to just... I like to say my take. And then when I'm done, I pass it to either Jay or you, and then you can go fucking go nuts.
You gotta let him go.
Now that I know the forum, I will stick to it.
Unless I say open forum, or if you see me just going like this because I'm holding my head because what I just watched on TV was so fucking bad, I got nothing to say. Go for it, man. But yes, like I was saying, The Miz, I'm glad. My point is I like to just see The Miz actually getting TV time. It makes me happy. They had a phenomenal match. There was some times where it wasn't that good, but they picked it up, man. Considering it went to commercial, like 2 or 3 different times, they kept me interested, and Cody did a good job. Miz did a good job. There was a lot of high spots, a lot of action, but typical Cody Rhodes stuff. Somehow Cody is managing to bleed more than Jon Moxley as of late. Which is just weird to me. But, that seems to be what's happening. And Cody picks up the win. And, Jay, I'll go straight to you. What did you think of the match? Would you rate it?
You can leave it right there. Stephen Chambers just pointed out that Cody got busted open in the back of his head. You can see right there the blood flowing. I don't know exactly which part happened.
Yeah, I didn't catch that.
I didn't really catch it like that. But I think this is probably... I don't know. I think I'm going to go hard. I think this is one of the worst entire losses in Miz's career.
Wow.
I think he has taken too many freaking losses for me to believe that Cody is in any sense of danger. I think this is really bad because now, for me, personally, I don't believe The Miz could be any mid-card wrestler on any brand, period.
Nobody.
And this is not the first loss he took from Cody. This is number 2. And I feel bad for the guy. I really do feel bad for the guy that's talented, but that's how I feel.
Oh, yeah. That's better.
I'll let you guys take
Too hot with that light, man. My room is dying. So, Travis, the floor is yours. This match, would you rate it, and what'd you think of it? All that.
The match itself was good. I agree with Jay. It's ridiculous that Miz is just taking non-stop loss after loss, considering, like, for Cody, I kind of get it. But for just random people, like, I was reading an article today from a guy in the company saying that Miz is basically just an enhancement talent now. And I'm like, well, yeah, because that's exactly how you're using it. This is a guy who could easily be in the Intercontinental or even world title picture, but he's not because you're choosing to use him in an idiotic way, is my belief.
Okay, I like that. Jay, what else you got for Cody Rhodes? Anything else, or are we moving on? You're muted, by the way, but it's okay. Cody Rhodes,
like Steven Chambers said, it's an okay match. It's not the first time I've seen it. It's the second time. I think Cody's being safe. I think the Cash Savage that you pointed out looks stupid and ridiculous. But, I think this is one of the worst entire losses for The Miz, and now he's unbelievable to me.
I also think that Cody's cutter, like every time I watch it, I'm like, Ospreay doesn't.
It didn't even look good tonight.
Didn't he
look good tonight?
Cutter?
I don't think the cutter looked good tonight.
It doesn't
the
look
springboard Cody cutter was okay. Nothing to brag about.
It looks like a knockoff Will Ospreay cutter. Because that's what it is. Ospreay even said in an interview this week, he said he stole my fucking move and everyone thinks he's the one who does this. He goes, that was my move long before Cody ever used it. I was like,
it's Cody's now. It's okay though. Okay match. Nothing crazy.
Okay match.
6 out of 10.
Okay, so we actually got a rating from somebody. All right, I'm not going to rate it. It was okay. Could have been a little better, but it was good. It was good for what it was. I like that it got the time and it picked up pace. The beginning started off a little whack, but it picked up pace and it did its job. This match we're going to see later tonight, we're going to talk about it later tonight, was definitely the match of the night.
They better be, Steven. As much as they make him lose, he better get a really nice paycheck for it.
Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens are going to have a little run-in with Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch on her way to the ring. She also sees Alpha Academy working out, training. Otis over there taking lessons from the master. Becky in the ring right now. She has a match against Chelsea Green. This is a qualification match for Money in the Bank. So there you see who's already in it. We're going to find out who wins. Becky Lynch is in the ring, and Zoe Starks is going to come out, and they're going to cut a shoot promo. And I got to say, Becky Lynch shit the bed here really hard in the middle of this promo. She seemed lost at times, didn't know what direction to go into. She repeated the word power as much as she possibly could because that was her main focus tonight. And I think she went out there having a promo in her head, and it just didn't come out the way she wanted. And then she got flustered and just was all over the place. Zoe Starks coming out actually helped this, but in the end, I think Zoe got kind of hurt from this too, because she kind of seemed like she had a good middle of the promo, but the ending was just weak. Like Zoe's end of the promo is really, really weak. So I'll go to Travis first on this. What did you think of the promos?
I agree with you. It seemed like Becky, who's normally a great talker, she seemed completely lost tonight. It seemed almost like the way they had Zoe come out made me almost be like, did they send Zoe out there as early as they did because they were like, look, Becky's floundering, go help her. And then can you go back to that graphic works fine. The women's Money in the Bank. I'm asking you, Jay, and you, Savage, legitimately, do you see anybody in this match other than Zoe Stark who should win this match? Because I'm looking at it, I'm like, Bayley and Io are established, they don't need it. Zelina Vega, we know she ain't winning it. Becky doesn't need it. I'm like, Zoe, I think that if she could go, hey, my first major match in WWE was Money in the Bank, and I won it, I think she can build a really good character off that.
No, 100%. Like, listen, the obvious winner would be Zoe, but I think they're going to go with Zelina on this one. I don't know why. I don't want that. I honestly, I would give it to Bayley. I think Bayley has the most to gain from getting this briefcase as far as like
has the most momentum.
Maybe the most momentum, but who has the most to gain? Bayley's been on a downward spiral ever since this whole damage control thing, and she's lost a lot of credibility on her reputation as a competitor, as a wrestler, as someone to be taken serious. She gets this briefcase back. That's your way to kind of build her back up as a headliner.
If you want to make a new star and give the briefcase, and there's 2 stars, why don't you give it to the one with the most momentum?
Well, the only thing I'll say about giving it to the person with the most momentum is if we're going to start going, well, you got the most momentum, so we're going to give it to you.
Why not?
We should be able to guess.
I'll tell you why.
We did it with Kofi.
Because she ain't going to beat Rhea Ripley, man. Her having
she's
that
not
briefcase.
Kofi. She's not Kofi.
Come on. Kofi? Who was Kofi?
I don't like Kofi either, but she's better than. But he's better than her, and he's not even very good, in my opinion.
Kofi's fine, man. There's nothing wrong with Kofi. Why all the hate on Kofi? Jesus Christ.
He's exactly what.
Why are we even talking? We just lost 2 people talking about Kofi Kingston. You know why? Because it sounds so stupid.
Hey, Mick, what's going on?
We're talking about the women's match over here. We're talking about Zoe Starks, and then all of a sudden we're bringing up Kofi fucking Kingston. Who gives a fuck about Kofi?
Because I was making the point of if we're going to go, this person has the most momentum, so let's give it to them. We should be able to start predicting every pay-per-view match with no problem. If there's got to be some
momentum's momentum, but so what? You could say the same for Cody Rhodes. He won the Royal Rumble, beat Seth Rollins 3 times in a row, and he didn't get it. So
I think that was the right call.
To answer your question, just I don't see Zelina believable as someone that can beat a Ripley or a Bianca or a Asuka or a Flair or a Becky. But Bayley, on the other hand, to me is. Bayley is someone that can have that briefcase and walk around and have everyone convinced that she can cash in.
Sneaking in behind and beating one of the great champions.
You know why? Because when I look at Zelina, I see Carmella.
No,
I see a Carmella type of wrestler.
Yeah, Carmella's better. She's better.
Carmella's better than Zelina.
I think so.
So then why the hell were you even giving it to Zelina if Carmella's better?
I have to give it. If Carmella was in the match, maybe
Carmella's better now. But when she won the Money in the Bank briefcase, she was not as good as she is right now. She's like 100 times better.
The only thing is I'm hearing rumors that this plan is to set up a Bayley versus Io feud.
Yeah, that could happen.
And I think that like Bayley costing Io or Io costing Bayley Money in the Bank would be a really good way to start that feud.
I don't want to see that match. Who wants to see them fight and have a rivalry? Nobody cares.
Mick is happy that Anthony's not here. He says, "Thank you, God."
Oh man,
Mick is harsh, man. Mick is harsh. So we have a match. Chelsea Green taking on Becky Lynch, and in my opinion, Chelsea Green looks the part. She plays the part. She's a great wrestler. She hits hard. She punches hard. She kicks hard. She always has aggression on her face when she's in the ring, and then she has this obnoxious attitude outside of the ring. It all comes together to work, and it also plants the seed in your head. When is Cardona coming home? We saw the tweet the other day. Well, at least I did. Cardona basically told his wife, just go ahead, tweet Triple H. I hate the Indies. You know, he's like hinting. They're setting it up. They're planting the seeds. And when that happens, that's going to be the power couple. But that's normally there.
Normally, I would be like, seriously, they're setting this up on social media. But I'm like, that's perfect for Cardona's character.
100%, yeah, 100%. But Becky's able to pick up the big win, right? Is it a big win? I really don't know if it's a big win, but it's a win. And she has the arm breaker on, and Chelsea Green is not going anywhere. Zoe Starks looking on. She's pissed off that Becky gets the win.
Yes.
Jay, I'll go to you first. Royal Rumble Cardona, yeah. I would like to see 2 people in the Royal Rumble coming up this year. I would like to see Matt Cardona, and I would like to see Ken Anderson in the Royal Rumble.
I'd like to see Will Ospreay, but I doubt it happens.
That's never going to happen. Stop fucking dreaming, all right? You're not allowed to dream on this show.
Good.
I got to bring you to reality. Ospreay has said 100,000 times he doesn't give a fuck about coming here. Yeah. Not going to happen.
You're
Jay?
Right.
Your match take?
I'm going to ask you guys this question. Don't answer it. Just think about it. What good does it do for Cody and Becky Lynch to beat people that lose 99% of their matches?
Cody and Becky?
Think about that while I go on this tape. But they really has something really, really good with Chelsea Green, I believe. I thought they were going to do something great with her. And you know what happens?
What happens?
Bad booking. And bad booking leads to many losses that Chelsea Green has very often. And I think they really dropped the ball on it. I think they need to repackage her. I think they needed to get, I like the Sonya Deville, but I will get her out of it. I think they need to do her own thing. I thought Becky Lynch top rope dropkick looked like shit tonight. Besides her cutting that promo that I agree with you guys 100%. It was kind of crap. This match didn't do it for me, and I really feel bad for Chelsea Green. She's the same boat as The Miz, like I said before.
The promo was really bad.
I can't believe Chelsea Green having a victory against anybody.
So, one, I agree with you on the Chelsea Green thing. Two, I want to be careful, and I can't name names, but someone I know who knows someone in the industry has said that the reason Becky has not been performing as well as she normally does, she may be leaving soon because he's like, there's some talk in the back that she might be having another kid. And I'm like, I could understand that. But at the end of the day, here's my thing. I agree with you. Well, hold on. With Cody, you said, why are Cody and why are Becky losing 90% of their matches? With Cody, losing the match, to me, could actually be a good thing. You could almost recapture the magic of that Hard Times, Dusty Rhodes storyline if he loses consistently. Like, people going, yeah, he's,
What do you know about Hard Times, boy?
I know that storyline. I don't know shit about Hard Times, but I know the storyline.
What do you know about Hard Times?
I agree with you. I don't think Becky losing this often, I don't think it serves any purpose.
What are we talking about? She didn't lose tonight. Becky won tonight. Cody won tonight. So
Jay's the one who said Becky.
No, I said what does Cody and Becky Lynch gain out of being booked with mid-card wrestlers that lose 99%?
Okay.
Now I agree with you.
No, absolutely nothing. It just puts them over. It just
what
puts
does
them
it
over.
do for me? And they really messed up Chelsea Green. I really do.
Well, tonight they kind of exposed Becky Lynch. I think what happened was I heard rumors that Vince McMahon changed a couple of things backstage before.
If you're gonna make her lose, don't make her take the 1, 2, 3. That's all.
She took the 1, 2, 3, man.
Don't take it.
We see Judgment Day. They're getting ready to do something. Finn Balor's very upset. He's got a lot on his mind tonight, and we're gonna get into Finn Balor later. He had a lot to say. Now we're gonna get into this matchup: Matt Riddle versus Damian Priest, and I actually really enjoyed this match. Between this and the main event, two really good wrestling matches on TV tonight. Riddle doing his thing, Damian Priest looking phenomenal, and the finish of this match was beautiful. I mean, all the spots were. This little dodge that Riddle did with Damian going into the table, that was really innovative and creative and looked good. Damian Priest is a certified bona fide superstar, and if tonight didn't prove it, I don't know what to tell you, because he beat Matt Riddle. He teased us with a razor's edge off the top rope, and instead, and Matt Riddle, by the way, this looked great. He looked in top form tonight. German suplex, great spots, great shots, connecting. And then this razor's edge, man. This razor's edge off the top rope to finish it. By the way, real quick, see, during the match, we had to take a break because that's what they do. They take breaks. And during the break, they reminded everybody. I guess we can just talk about this right now. Jay, tomorrow night, do we see Seth Rollins defend that title against Braun Breaker?
No.
Travis?
I don't think so either. I think would be more likely would be we see him come tomorrow and him say something along the lines of like, yeah, I'll defend my title against you, but we're going to do it when the bright lights are on us. We'll do it at next NXT pay-per-view or something like that.
I got Great American Bash.
But, so are we talking about this match as well? Because I do have some thoughts on it.
Yeah, we will. We're not done with the match yet. I think we do see Seth Rollins tomorrow night defend that title on NXT. And I see a ratings buster for NXT. I see NXT finally cracking 1 million for the first time. To show you the power of Seth Rollins, to show you the power of the machine, and to show you what the power of an advertised WWE World Heavyweight Championship match can do on primetime TV. That's my take. I hope I'm right. And also, surprise, we have a number one contender. Nobody saw this coming. Nobody thought she could do it. But here she is, your new number one contender for the NXT title. Make sure you tune in tomorrow night for our NXT show. And before we get into the ending of the Riddle match, just a quick look at our fall schedule, our summer schedule. We got a lot of shit going on. It's going to be a hectic couple of weeks. Jimmy Hart at the Wrestling Universe at the end of the month, followed up by Haku, Black Dahlia, Jimmy Hart, Marty Jannetty. Speaking of Marty Jannetty, we'll get into him in a second. Sabu was at the Wrestling Universe this past weekend. Travis got to actually ask him a question live on air. And I'm going to go to you, Travis. How did that feel, and what was that like?
That was awesome, and I thought it was great. I was really happy that Sabu not only answered my question, but when you're talking about injuries with someone who's a legend like Sabu, you always kind of worry, like, man, I hope he's not going to be upset by this. But he didn't seem upset. He seemed like he was perfectly fine with answering my question, and I really appreciated it. So Sabu, if you're watching this, thank you very much for answering my question. There's a reason you're a legend, and that's part of it, is that you always cared about the fans.
Yeah, no, Sabu's awesome. Thank God he was there so you could actually talk. I'm sure that was a great experience to get to talk to a legend for a couple of minutes. Black Dahlia, Chainsaw Queen, is going to be on Wrestling with Savage for an exclusive interview about half an hour after our SmackDown live coverage, if Travis is doing it that day. Black Dahlia will be making her debut on my show here to talk about her life, her career, where she is now, where she's headed, and of course her upcoming appearance at Wrestling Bash 2 with us at Savage Kingdom Promotions. Make sure you come by the Wrestling Universe in Queens, New York if you want to meet Jimmy Hart. They'll be there June 30th. Haku, Black Dahlia, August 20th. Haku is an absolute legend, one of the toughest guys in the history of this business. If you need an 8x10 from anybody that I'm showing you here, send me a message or a Gmail, wrestlingwithsavage@gmail.com. I'll take care of you. I'll give you the best price on the internet. Jimmy Hart again at Legends Fan Fest. I'll be spending the whole weekend with him. It's going to be fucking crazy. I'm going to get content. I'm going to get questions answered. And hopefully a bunch of knowledge from Jimmy Hart at Legends Fan Fest. June 15th coming up. We'll have an interview with Lloyd over here. Chop City Wrestling. Make sure you go follow them on youtube.com/ChopCityWrestling9631. Follow my cousin Cri Text. These guys are our sponsors. And we also sponsor Outlaw Wrestling. And Jimmy Hart, he's going to be at Outlaw Wrestling at the end of the month on the 29th and the 30th. So come on out. If you've never seen Outlaw Wrestling, come down. It's a good time. It's a great show. And it's a good vibe. So check them out. Follow them on Instagram at Outlaw Wrestling. And you can keep up with all their current events and shows. End of the month, I will be at the Battlefield for another pay-per-view, BPW Reloaded, Sunday, June 25th, from the Signature Event Center, 137 Aaron Lane in Broadheadsville, Pennsylvania. It will be streaming live on the Premier Streaming Network. Make sure you sign up for $9.99 a month or $100 a year. Best deal in pro wrestling today. Much more value than Peacock. You're getting pay-per-views literally 7 days a week, plus exclusive content you won't get anywhere else. So, this Saturday and this Friday, I will be on the road with Marty Jannetty. I will be on the road with Eric Sims. And we will be doing a special preview show for the Party with Marty official podcast. Both days, both nights. You'll get a little preview into the life of Marty Jannetty and just a little sample of what the Party with Marty is going to be like. So you're not going to want to miss this weekend. This weekend on Wrestling with Savage is going to be fucking awesome. There it is.
Buckle up, kids. It's going to be a really...
It's going to be a bumpy fucking ride. Here's Marty just a couple of days ago hanging out with fucking legends. You see how they both have the Hall of Fame ring, but he don't. We need to change that. And we're going to change that. There he is he's wearing Ted's ring right there. Eating a cannoli, hanging out with the Hooters girls. He's having a good time. Looking good. Hanging out with the Wolfpack back in the day. Oh, man. But that's his cat, by the way, Swaggy.
Swaggy?
Cat's a beast, yeah. We're still working on the logo. I added some fire to it. I got to finalize it. But Marty is coming up to have an appearance on Dark Side of the Ring. And like I said, I will be hanging out with them all this weekend. And these are new prints that I just got made up. These are prints that I will have. So if you want one signed, again, hit me up with a chat, a DM, a message, an email, wrestlingwithsavage@gmail.com. And I'll make sure I get you one of these exclusive prints designed by yours truly for his upcoming appearance in Dark Side of the Ring. All right, so that was a long commercial, guys. I'm sorry about that.
That was a Monday Night Raw commercial.
And now we get to the end of this match, which is coming up right now. And Travis wanted to talk about it, but yes, the Razor's Edge off the top rope. Wow, right there. There it is. God damn, was that a great way to end the match. I loved it. I give it a thumbs up, no rating. Travis, it's all you.
Double thumbs up. Honestly, I'm like Steven Chambers, not a big Riddle fan. Haven't been ever since he was in NXT. But this was the absolute best he has looked since he's come back. This was a match that I felt like having that Razor's Edge off the top rope, the spot kind of made you almost be like, yeah, okay, yeah, Riddle went down, but man, it took a Razor's Edge from the top rope. And I'll say this, the Razor's Edge to me is a move that always looks dangerous, or well, not dangerous, but powerful. But when you got a guy as big as Damian Priest doing it, it looked kind of like when Batista would do a power bomb, and you'd be like, but from a normal person,
bomb, yeah, Batista used to do a hell of a power bomb.
Yeah, it's like from a normal person, it still looks like an impactful move. But with when Damian does that Razor's Edge, you look like, oh my God, this dude is going through the ring.
Yeah, you sweated over there too, bro. It's hot tonight, right?
This man is mark my word, this is a future world heavyweight champion, and if he's not, I will be done with WWE. I'll be like,
I don't think you're wrong, man. I love this face-off between Gunther and Damian Priest. Really shows how big Damian Priest is. Jay, what was your take on the match and the way it ended, of course?
This was match of the night for me.
Good take.
The fact that they did a lot of great things. The fisherman suplex off the top rope by Riddle looked good, and Damian Priest had this. I think they called it a headlock. What is it? You just had it right there before the screenshot. Before this, no. Yeah, that. What is that? I got a headlock driver. Or Corey Graves was saying tonight, and that looked really impressive. I've never seen that from anybody, and he did it great. I thought his selling was great. I don't really think Riddle was, he looked good, but I really think that Priest was really carrying this match a little bit. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but Priest was very impressive tonight. And I'm kind of surprised at the outcome, too. I really thought that Riddle was going to steal this. So I'm also surprised at the outcome of the match, too.
That move you were just talking about, that headlock driver, that is a move he has not done since Ring of Honor. So, 5-7 years, and he hit that thing he'd been doing it every night since. It was very incredible. Impressive. Just me watching that, going like, did he just pull out his move from Ring of Honor, and it still looks like it did when he was doing this 7 years ago? This man, what can you say? This man is to quote the words of MJF, I would say Damian Priest is a once-in-a-generational talent. I think he's that good, and I think that there's no reason why in the future we can't talk about him like we do with Seth Rollins.
All right.
No reason.
And now you're taking it to another level, man. Like once in a generational. Listen,
I know
they're all once in a generational talent. The generation of their father's nutsack. That's about it, man. There's a lot of good wrestlers out there. There's a lot of great wrestlers. There's only one MJF. Damian Priest.
And never compare someone to Seth Rollins. Savage will.
All right, who's better, Drew McIntyre or Damian? Who's better, Drew McIntyre or Damian Priest?
Damian Priest, no question.
I got Drew.
Sheamus or Damian Priest?
Damian.
I got Damian.
I got Sheamus on that one.
That's the big.
You're nuts, man. Yo,
he was green when he won the belt from
Sheamus had match of the year with Gunther last year.
Hold on. Ask the big one. Ask that stare down we got. Who's better, Damian Priest or Gunther? That one I can't answer. They are both phenomenal.
I got
Gunther. Gunther. No offense against Damian Priest, but against Gunther, I'm going with Gunther.
Gunther got that old style wrestling that I love, so that's why I love Gunther.
Gunther's great. Damian Priest is great. The bottom line is this: Damian Priest was not impressing me like 2 years ago, like with the whole U.S. Championship run. You know, he's put in the work over the last year, starting off with Edge and Judgment Day, and he's put in the work and he's transformed into a monster. That's what he's done. Now, once in a generational talent, God damn it, Travis, no.
Can I quote Stephen Chambers here when he says, whenever Priest gets out of Judgment Day, Priest getting a huge push. One, I agree with you. Two, the other thing is people have always
got the push. He's getting it right now.
People have been talking about this, like, when they kick Finn Balor out of the group for losing, when they get rid of Finn Balor and bring in JD McDonough, what if they don't? What if Priest leaves Judgment Day to go off on his own, and that's when they bring in JD? What if we're all thinking, they're going to get rid of Balor?
I think that's a big mistake. I think that's a good idea, but also a big mistake. Think about it like this. Think about it the con. Why would we turn a strong heel that we need on Monday Night Raw, because we need strong heels, and turn him into face? I will keep Priest as a strong heel because Raw desperately needs it. That's how I
didn't necessarily mean turn him
face. I can't
think
of Miz as a top strong heel to carry Monday Night Raw for 3 hours. I'm sorry. That's ridiculous.
Cody Rhodes is going to get another promo. Whoop-de-fucking do, but that shirt is hot.
Yeah, it is hot. I'm going to get it.
Promo, not so much.
This promo was... Yo, Jay, this promo was literally made just so he could sell this shirt. For like 100%.
But I'm sold on it.
Worth it.
That will be the first Cody.
And it's funny because Corey Graves put it out there earlier tonight. Cody Rhodes is on fire. He's on fire. There's another one
in like the U.S. color, but this one is...
Nah, the fire one is crazy, man. I'm buying that. I'll
buy that t-shirt.
100%. Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, your tag team undisputed champions of the world. And they're going to go into a deep package here on the Bloodline and what happened on SmackDown. And is Jay in? Is Jay out? All this, you know. They really went in, man. Do you guys have any takes on the Bloodline? Jay, because, we talked Bloodline a little bit on Friday, Travis. Jay, you have any takes on what you saw on SmackDown?
I think I'm seeing great TV on SmackDown. I mean, they're doing something really great there with the Bloodline story and the layers that they're putting out there. I thought it was great what I saw Friday night, even though Jay got the loss. The thing is that they have me as a fan believing that someone could win. And that's what I love about it. And if I see that on a main event, I just love it. I really thought Theory was going to lose. I was like, oh my God, this is going to happen. This is going to do this. But it didn't happen, of course. That's what I love. If you could get me to go like that, you have me all in. So I really enjoyed it. I thought it was great TV.
I said
this year. What you got, Travis?
I said this on Friday night. I want to see if you agree, Jay. Do you think that having Jimmy the super kick miss hit Jay was the right way to continue the storyline so that now Paul Heyman can be like, see, he kicked you. He knew it. He knew you were there. He knew you were going to take that. Do you think that by having Jimmy be the one to lay out Jay, we can continue this storyline with the whole will Jay, will he, won't he, where do his allegiances lie? Because now we can question, maybe he's tired of carrying Jimmy. Maybe he wants to be his own man.
It could happen. I think that's a good outcome, but there's so many possibilities they could do with it, right? I mean, they could go either route and they could just keep dragging it for long. And that's what I love about it. I think this is, like everybody says, the greatest storyline we have probably seen in the last, 10, 20 years. And, it gets me hooked. And if you could get me hooked as a fan and make me believe in you, just like I believed in Jay that night when I thought he would win, hey, anything's possible. That's what I say.
Steven likes it. Steven thinks my idea is a good idea. So,
Yeah.
Good taste.
Anything is possible.
I'll say this, man. I've been saying it for a long time, ever since I saw Indus year even come close to coming together. I mean, these guys are money. Future tag team champions right here. Multiple tag team champions.
They look like they're not ready.
The only thing that worries me about that is there was a time, and look at the business suits and stuff. It very much reminds me of this. There was a time I would have told you that same thing about the Authors of Pain. Now, admittedly, they got injured, and hopefully that doesn't happen in this year. But the question is, if one of them gets injured, do we see the exact same thing that happened with the Authors of Pain, where we never see the other one again?
Probably. Usually that's what happens if one tag team guy gets injured and if they're being set up for a push. Right now they're being set up for a push, so this way Jinder can be that, back piece, maybe later emerge as a wrestler as well. Who knows? For now, it looks like he's the manager role, and he wants to get these guys strapped in gold. And I can see them beating Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. But when? I don't know. Survivor Series, Royal Rumble, WrestleMania. How long do we really think Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn are going to win these titles? Hold these titles. Not forever. I don't see it longer than 6 months.
I don't like what they're doing with their whole gimmick.
Who's winning this ladder match, guys? Who are you giving it to?
Better freaking be LA Knight or Damian Priest. Those are the only two options that I think are acceptable.
LA Knight.
I want to go LA Knight as well, but
what if Shinsuke Nakamura wins it and he introduces like a Bullet Club kind of situation?
That will be the worst thing we ever saw on wrestling TV.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. I think LA Knight could offer the best TV for
especially since Shinsuke Nakamura isn't going to introduce Bullet Club. He'll introduce Chaos since he already led a faction in Japan.
Well,
he doesn't need to lead another one.
Well, why not? He's a badass.
He is, but he's a badass that can go on his own. He doesn't need a faction backing him up. I didn't like him having a faction in New Japan. I don't like it in the idea in WWE. Shinsuke Nakamura is fine on his own.
Anyway, LA Knight's winning this match because Shinsuke and Ricochet are going to kill each other. Damian Priest is going to get screwed somehow, some way. Although they did tease, that whole dynamic. Maybe Finn wins the title off Seth and Damian has the briefcase. That adds a whole another lot of controversy to a hot Judgment Day because between Dom and Mommy, Finn walking around with that world title and Damian walking around with the Money in the Bank.
Always take it with a grain of salt, but supposedly
could make good TV.
What supposedly one of the creative writers, and we all know how everyone here, I would assume, feels about Dave Meltzer, but supposedly in an interview with Dave Meltzer, one of the creative writers said, go ahead and keep thinking LA Knight's going to win that match. You're going to be incredibly disappointed with the outcome. And I'm like...
Yeah, no, I don't think LA Knight's... realistically, if I look at the way he's been booked over the last year, yeah, I don't think he's really winning. I want him to win it, but I don't think he's going to win it. I think Damian Priest has a better chance of winning that shit.
I will give it LA Knight because he is the only sole survivor out of Bray Wyatt, period.
It's a possibility.
He's the only one that survived.
Bronson Reed is going to make his way to the ring. He cut a promo basically saying that he squashed peasants. He squashed them like bugs, just to show you who he is, what he's about. Like the fact that he's not in the match doesn't even matter because he's just going to keep fucking people up. Comes out, he has a match with Ricochet. It was a good match until Shinsuke Nakamura decided to come out. This led to a bunch of bullshit shenanigans. Beautiful crossbody there by Ricochet. Yeah.
That's how you cover the play. There's a bunch of bullshit shenanigans.
Well, it was a bunch of bullshit shenanigans because Shinsuke Nakamura ended up getting hit by Ricochet. Okay. Ricochet then loses the match because of disqualification. So Shinsuke gets in Ricochet's business for no reason whatsoever. Mm-hmm. It didn't make sense. Shinsuke cleaned Bronson clean. He beat Bronson clean right last week. There was no nonsense.
I didn't really enjoy it, to be honest.
Ricochet didn't come out. And then they double suplex him. Like, they were mad at each other for a second until they realized they need to work together to suplex this fat bastard.
Was that when they did the holy shit?
Hey.
I'm a fat bastard, too. It's okay.
He's not fat. That is 300 pounds of pure greatness.
I agree.
I agree with Steven. Right there. Bronson Reed is the new Bam Bam Bigelow.
Nothing wrong with that. I agree with that. I agree with that. He is the new generation big man right now. But they didn't get a lot of love tonight. This match, it probably ended quickly for a reason. They definitely didn't get a lot of time. They wanted Shinsuke out there. They wanted the heat between Shinsuke and Ricochet to build up, which it is.
If he was husky, he'd go on to be a cultist that everyone went, no, God, why do we have this guy coming back? Please, dear God, keep Husky Harris away.
Leave Husky Harris alone. Now we're going to see Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. They're having a little talk in the back. Sami's very concerned about Kevin Owens and I guess maybe his mental health, where he is. Are you okay? Are we gonna win this match tonight? It's funny now that Sami Zayn, last few years, he was playing this like maniacal, psychopathic, asshole, liar, douchebag, scumbag, cheater, and now all of a sudden he's just like, a good guy, babyface. It's hard for me to buy it. I don't look at Sami as a good guy. I look at Sami as a person that is a weasel. He reminds me of Bobby the Brain Heenan, like with his antics and the way he'll do anything to win a match or get something that he wants. He's sneaky. He's a liar. And now he's buddy-buddy with Kevin Owens. Like, I don't believe it.
Look, I like Sami as a face. I like Sami as a face, but he's better as a heel. I'm sorry, he just is.
100%.
He's better.
Well, to me, he's not believable as a face because of the shit he's done as a heel.
I think also the best part of it, because you said the thing about mental health is, I don't remember what the exact line was, but Sami said something along it, and just the facial cues of how great Kevin Owens is. He just gives this facial cue where he looked at Sami like he just wanted to say, yes, I've been dealing with your dumbass for the last 3 months of the bloodline.
3 months,
of course my mental health is bad.
He's been dealing with Sami Zayn for the last 20-something years. It is nice to see these two guys working together on the screen because they're really like best friends. So yes. It's a little nice to see it from that aspect. But overall, this isn't believable to me. Kevin Owens is definitely not a good guy. He is a bad guy too. He's always done bad things. If anything, he's even more vicious and psychotic than Sami Zayn.
I mean, that was literally the entire basis of their feud in Ring of Honor of
Finn Balor giving us his best stink face.
Kevin Steen versus El Generico. That was literally the entire basis of their feud, was who could be more twisted than the other one. So yes, seeing either one of these guys as a face, well, Sami as a face is more believable to me than Kevin, but the thing is, even then, I'm like, no, they're both better as heels, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. Finn Balor and his best stink face, Adam Pearce, is over there, and now Ricochet is going to approach him. He wants a rematch with Bronson Reed. He says, no, you can't have one because Shinsuke already has a match with him next week. Shinsuke says, don't worry, you can have him when I'm done with him. Ricochet over here threatening him, saying, if you ever interfere in a match like the way you did tonight, it's not going to be pretty between us from now on. We're going to have this as the main event coming up in a moment. Finn Balor is going to come to the ring. Seth Rollins is going to come to the ring. Finn Balor tries to cut a promo here, and instead of cutting a promo, we literally just hear the fans serenading Seth Rollins. The fans were serenading Seth Rollins literally through the entire cringy promo. It was hard to watch. It was hard to believe. It was hard to take Finn serious because, dude, I feel like the crowd did get to him, and he didn't say his lines fast enough. He didn't say them with enough conviction. My opinion, I think Finn Balor is exactly what Seth Rollins called him, and that's a little bitch.
I think that I'm thinking of how to phrase this. I think that this would be a great thing. What? Just a thought here. He called him a little bitch. Where's the little, the little bitch? Where's the world champion of old? What if next week, just to screw with Seth and maybe even get a win over him, what if Finn decides to shock everyone and be like, oh, you want to call me a little bitch? You want to say where's the world champion of old? Guess what? Demon time.
Possibly.
Comes out as the demon, beats Seth.
Hold on. Said Jay has a lot to say. Go for it, Jay.
Oh man,
I'll give you the full screen.
I'm still trying to figure out why everybody's a Seth freaking Rollins fan. I think this proved it tonight. This was awkward. What do you mean by awkward, Jay? What are you talking about, Jay? Seth Rollins is the best in the Raw. Let me tell you what I mean by awkward. When somebody says, I want the Balor that I faced 7 years ago. I want that guy. I want to face this guy. Hey, guess what? You don't stand a chance. Aha! That was awkward to me. Why would you say all that? So you lost me there. And this is bad booking, guys. I'm going to tell you, I'm a Finn Balor fan. I'm wearing the shirt right now. But this is bad booking. I'm going to tell you why. And I'm going to give you an example why. This is bad booking, guys, because we just saw Finn Balor in the semifinal tournament lose fair and square, playing in the ring against Seth freaking Rollins. Now I'm going to see this match one more time. The only reason we're seeing this, boys, I'm sorry to say, is because we're in London and we have to get some sort of pop, right, to make it believable that Rollins will lose the belt. But let's face it, he's not going to lose, right? I just sick and tired, and no offense to my boy, I'm sick and tired of Rollins mentioning the story of the injury. I'm sick and tired of Finn mentioning it, even though I'm wearing this shirt. I'm sick and tired of that story being added to this. I think it's pointless. I can't say more of this match, and I can't take Finn as believable winning after taking the clean loss. Is this bad booking? I ask you guys this. I believe so.
One of the things that drives me absolutely crazy, what you're talking about, which I agree with you. First of all, I like Seth. Best wrestler in the world? I don't know if I agree with that. I'd have to research other promotions. But one of the things that bothers me immensely with what you're talking about is the fact that not only does he say, I don't want this little bitch. I want the Balor I faced 7 years ago. That would have been the perfect opportunity for Balor to be like, you mean the one that kicked your ass to win the title? Like, I'm like, why didn't we have
First of all, I'm going to cut you off right there because Rollins actually told everybody that Finn beat him for the title. And when you talk about other promotions, they don't matter because other promotions don't generate the income or money that WWE does in a year. WWE makes in an hour.
So that makes them more talented?
Do me a favor. This business is about making money. If you're not in this business to make money and win championships, then you're a loser, and you're a loser. This business is about two things, and two things only. Making money and winning championships. Seth Rollins does both more than anyone else you can name.
Hold on, you just said if they're not in WWE and they're not generating that money, then they don't matter. So the people by your own words, the people at Battleground don't matter.
In the prime time scope of things, nobody matters except Seth Rollins.
Okay, fair enough. Just so long as we're not going double standards here.
No, listen, we're talking about big time leagues here. We're not talking about college basketball and high school basketball and grade school basketball. The WWE is the WWE. They are the standard. So, as far as I'm concerned, even AEW is an independent promotion when you compare them to WWE, who is a machine of a company that has hundreds of people working for every single one of their wrestlers. Hundreds. Not 10 or 15 or 20. Hundreds of people working for each wrestler. From graphic designers to artists to computers to writers to editors to lawyers to security to drivers to chefs to makeup. I mean, I can keep fucking going. I really can. I can list about...
If they would do that, if they would... I mean, I know it's weird.
Prince?
But if they went Prince... Now, Finn Balor versus Seth Rollins booking, do I think Finn wins? No. If you turn him back to style he was at NXT, the Prince, now in that match, I go, yeah, I could see Finn beating Seth. The problem is this feels like a crappy version of the Finn we got at NXT. Go ahead, Jay. I'm done.
Sorry, I didn't want to cut you off, but I think Savage was right. It's about money. Finn is Irish. They're in London. Makes sense. So everybody's going to be into this match. That's how I see it.
Listen, this is a good match. It's a pay-per-view match. It's going to be a banger. Exactly. Seth Rollins is going to win the match.
But does it make... I asked you this question and nobody answered. Does it make sense that this could be bad booking? I mean, we saw him lose clean in the semifinals.
This is what?
Is this bad booking, Savage? I ask you.
I know. I don't think it's bad booking. There's story here. They have history here. It's not like we get these two cutting a promo on each other every single week. When was the last time we saw these two in the ring actually one-on-one getting promo time?
In the semifinals. What was
because you mentioned that. This is. I'm asking you, Jay. Maybe you've kept more track of this than me. This is what Finn Balor versus Seth Rollins. 5, 6, what? Like, they've fought each other so many times that it's like, yes, but if I want Finn to win this, then if for no other reason, so I can go, yay, maybe we don't know the outcome of every Seth Rollins versus Finn Balor match anymore. As it is right now, it's like, yes, it's a Seth Rollins versus Finn Balor match. Time to give Seth another win.
Okay, but did we need to talk about this injury and add it to this story? You didn't need to do that.
Finn wanted to do that. Yeah, you didn't need to go there, but I thought it was even awkward with the serenading that was going on. Rollins doesn't even need to say anything.
That's why Rollins changed the tone.
He's on another level right now, man. He doesn't even need to say anything when he cuts his promos. The kind of connection he has with the fans right now is something that's rare. It's something that The Rock had, something that Stone Cold had. Roman Reigns doesn't even have that same connection with the fans, and he's the greatest modern champion of all time.
But he'll know how to control it.
It's crazy to me because when you look at what he's done, this whole, flamboyant outfits, all this almost coming out, feeling almost like, I know this is going to sound weird, but a wrestling version of Jim Carrey almost. This should not have worked. And Seth has done everything.
But that's why I say he's the best wrestler in the world because, man, today in professional wrestling, I don't think there's any wrestler in the world that has a better connection with their fans right now worldwide than Seth freaking Rollins. The only person who maybe there's only one person I can think has that same connection. It's not Cody Rhodes. It's Chris Jericho. No, shut up. MJF only has fans in the tri-state area. Travis, you know that, right? You're not even from New York. How do you not know that? Everywhere MJF goes, he gets booed out the building except for the 100 people that are wearing the stars.
Whoa. You said connection with the audience. You didn't say positive connection.
You got you there.
People love to boo MJF.
When I say connection with the audience, I'm talking about he can control them with his finger.
He can. Did you not see there have been times he's got them cheering, and then the next thing you know, he'll say some little snide comment, and they're booing him. But when MJF comes out, you may hear boos, but as soon as that music hits, that audience erupts in a pop. That's not the way Seth Rollins pops, though. It's not even close. Okay, so who's the other one?
If MJF comes out during a Seth Rollins match, he gets a reaction. People go crazy, but he doesn't get the same reaction he gets. Seth Rollins would get coming out during an MJF match. MJF wrestling, and then Seth Rollins walks out. The match is stopping, and the whole building is going to sing to this man for 15 minutes. They're not doing that for MJF.
So who's the other one that is close?
Jericho?
Oh, okay, I'll agree with that.
Because Jericho's just so... He's like a walking Hulk Hogan right now. He's living proof that the dream can go on. He has the whole crowd singing his theme song in every fucking building.
Going off the rails right here.
Who, Jericho? I blame this.
I don't believe in rails. I don't believe in limitations of rails.
All right, anyway, this match is coming up in Money in the Bank, just like Cody Rhodes versus Dominic Mysterio is coming up in Money in the Bank. Okay, Jay, who's winning this match? And why?
I told you my theory. I'm going to go with Dominic. Yeah, I know it's a long shot, but I would love to see Brock interfere, have Dom win the biggest win of his career, and go and challenge Seth Rollins. I think that would be great TV. And I think it would be a great push for that heel persona.
Well, no, you could be right. Maybe Brock does interfere, and that's what sets up the match at SummerSlam between him and Cody, and then him and Dom have unfinished business to go on later in the year.
You know what I think would get even more heat than just him interfering in the match? What if before the match even starts, Brock Lesnar takes out Cody Rhodes to where there's no match at all. Dominic wins when Cody can't make it, and he gets to now boast, I beat Cody Rhodes, and I didn't even have to lift a finger. I mean, that gets even more heat.
Maybe, but I don't think they're going to do that. I think they're going to have a match. People are paying money in London to watch Cody wrestle, not get locked out unconscious before the match even starts.
I mean, people in London probably aren't playing to see Cody.
Do people in London deserve my sympathy? No, they don't. They're assholes and their food stinks 365 days a year. Anyone that ever asks me to work in London or UK, make sure it comes with a private chef from Greece or Italy. Otherwise, I'm not coming. Food stinks there.
I'm with you.
Going off the rails.
Food stinks.
I got to get Greece or Italian food.
Here we go. All right. We're going to have a match now. Shayna Baszler. Raquel. What should be a phenomenal match is interrupted by Ronda Rousey. Ronda goes on to help Shayna pick up the win. She's holding down Raquel with her legs right there. This was actually good heel work on their part. And it kind of makes sense because last week we got a different version of the Women's Tag Team Champs. Last week we got the version that was giving and did the job to put over another tag team in a big way. And then this week we just get them being assholes and, cheating to win and being the bad guys. So in that I'm okay with it.
Watching them particularly on Friday night reminded me that I freaking love Shayna Baszler as a heel. Absolutely love it. When she is just ripping into a person, I'll say this. Why on earth are y'all having, because this has happened twice now, like she's been speaking and Ronda, with her hand down, bringing down the microphone. Let her speak. She's better on the microphone than you can ever hope to be. You are terrible on the microphone. Baszler is great on the microphone. You be the one who's the ass kicker. Her be the one who talks shit. There you go. You got a great tag team.
Jay?
Oh, this was a short match that made Raquel look like an idiot. Back to you, boys.
Awesome. Yes, we're going to have a Tag Team Unification Championship match. And if you want to see the burial of two bright, shiny NXT superstars, make sure you tune into SmackDown, as I'm sure Shayna and Ronda are going to win these. It might be a good match. But here's my question to Travis first. Is this match going to be as good as the one we saw last week on Raw and Giving with Chance and Carter? Or is this going to be a squash match?
One, I don't think it's going to be a squash match. I do think it could be a decent match, but here's the thing. I am sorry for, maybe I'm going to rub some people the wrong way, but I don't care if you bury them. You know why? I literally, did y'all see me watching Friday night? I was like, Isla Fire, Alba Dawn, whatever. I'm like, I don't care. I am tired of spooky wookie crap in my WWE. It didn't work for Bray. It's not working for these
spooky crap.
Literally, they had a freaking promo where there were satanic rituals out in the woods. I'm sick of this.
Yeah, that's what they've done since NXT. It's nothing new.
I didn't like it in NXT. I don't like seeing this stupid crap.
So hold on. MJF can say that he's the devil, and you fucking love it. But these chicks, they can't do a satanic ritual in the forest.
There's a difference between calling yourself the devil and smearing goat blood in a pentagram. One of them is just a guy being an asshole and thinking higher of himself than he is. The other is literally communing with evil spirits. There's a huge difference between those two.
Yeah, one is more legit evil.
Yeah, okay, I'll give you that. He's more legit evil. Look, here's the thing. I think Alba Dawn and Alba... I did again. Alba Fire and Isla Dawn, I think they're talented. I think they're good. Do I think that they deserve to beat Raquel? I almost said Shayna.
Shitty Baszler.
I'm just going to screw myself all night.
They might.
And do I think they deserve to beat Shayna Baszler and Ronda Rousey? Absolutely not.
What if they curse?
No chance.
What if they do this? What if they cast a spell on Ronda and Shayna and make them hate each other? And then this leads to them losing the titles and then leads to them just beating the shit out of each other for a whole year all the way up until WrestleMania.
If you're gonna do that, then screw it. Go ahead and bring back Bray and have it be revealed that his his Fiend persona is the one who's been making them do all this. I mean, if we're just throwing out stupid shit, why not just bring back Lucha Underground?
It doesn't have to be stupid shit. Listen. WWE right now doesn't have a character from the undead realm. You know, they had the Undertaker. You didn't like the Undertaker?
Undertaker was great, but that's because you got to remember, my favorite era of Undertaker was American Badass, because that was just best in my opinion. But here's the thing. If you're going to do something with people like Abaddon or whatever, or
Island Dawn, goddammit, because
Abaddon.
All right, you know what? That's it.
No,
we're done talking about this.
If you're going to do something with... No. If you're going to do something with them, it needs to be a fully cinematic match, like what they would do in Lucha Underground, like what they did with Bray. Play into this spooky thing to where it is so overly just dramatic that we're all laughing at how hysterically dumb this is. Right now, it feels like they're trying to make them dark and edgy, and it's like instead, I feel like you're like two teenage girls who just discovered, oh, look, if we play with this little thing, it makes symbols appear in letters, and it's like, I'm sorry, what? Why are teenage girls holding a tag team title?
Are you done? Because you went on a nasty fucking rant.
He's on a rant.
You went on a nasty rant.
I'm passionate about this.
Can we now talk about the Iron Sheik? The Iron Sheik has passed away, unfortunately. My heart is saddened this week to find out about the news the other day. Guy had a hell of a career. WWE paid tribute to him tonight. And I took some nice screenshots from the slides. This guy did it all, man. That's him beating Bob Backlund for his first championship, making Bob Backlund tap out. He held the title down.
That was in 83, right?
Yeah, and then he lost to Hogan in 84.
84. 84.
Yeah. And then that's when Hulkamania went off. But Iron Sheik will be missed. One hell of a character. This guy, like they said on TV tonight, he didn't even have to really say anything. He just came out, waved his flag, and the building went nuts. So, Iron Sheik, you will be missed.
You're up in heaven stretching out angels now.
On better, happier news, this Sunday, Father's Day, maybe the best Father's Day in the history of Father's Days, because anybody that was born from my generation or up, they loved Batman, the 1989 Tim Burton Batman. And for probably maybe a good 2 hours, you're going to get to sit back, hopefully if you're like me, in a movie theater, watching Michael Keaton reprise his role as the iconic Batman. And we do probably have to watch a lot of other bullshit in this movie as well. Probably some like modern politics. Somebody's going to have cancer. Someone's going to have AIDS. There's going to be protesters and all kinds of bullshit that have nothing to do with fucking Batman.
Even if it does none of those, even if they do none of those things. Hey guys, for our first Flash movie, let's have it be Flashpoint, the most infamous and hated of all the Flash arcs. Like, why in the world you're doing this?
Well, because they can put Michael Keaton in it. It's going to make money. But
if you're going to do that, just give Michael Keaton a new Batman movie.
Maybe they will.
I'd rather watch him I want to watch him as old Bruce Wayne with Terry McGinnis and Batman Beyond live action movie.
I think the future possibilities are now in discussion, and hopefully they make some good decisions and we get some good movies out of it. That's what I hope to see. But either way, regardless, I don't care about anything you just said, asshole, because I get to see Michael Keaton put on the bat suit on Sunday. So fuck off!
Okay, you know what? While I'm doing that, I'll talk to the best Batman. Hi there, Adam West.
Yeah, right. All right, now that's a whole different show. Adam West has a better chance of being a better Batman than Michael Keaton than these guys do of winning a match on Monday Night Raw. They take the L. Gable with a flying headbutt off the top rope. Impressive little move over here. And even, what's her name over here? Maxine Dupree with a nice arm drag. Arm drag.
So what happened? Did I miss something? What happened with Maximum Male Models? Were they just gone?
I know. I think they're reworking Maximum Male Models without Maxine.
Oh.
But I don't know when.
They're making her forget.
But I did hear recently a lot of cuts are coming to WWE, so maybe they just got fired. Who knows? I don't know. Do you know?
They're making us forget it's working.
Does anybody care about this match at all?
I mean, what does it good for Gable? You guys say he's talented and he's picking up wins against people that are lose 99.
Yo, Mick is going in on
him. So what good does it do Gable?
Swear, Mick is to Anthony what you are to LaGreca.
What do you mean? Me and LaGreca are best friends. Actually, matter of fact, LaGreca is going to be on this show next week.
No, I know. We like we give him a lot of shit, but we like LaGreca.
No, he's going to be on this show next week. Special announcement. You guys can come and interview David LaGreca next week. He'll be here live.
I have to do some journalism.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Real journalism, not Dave Meltzer journalism.
Oh, real journalism.
All right, does anybody have anything to say about this match except for the fact that Alpha Academy picked up a win, which I can't even remember the last time I seen Chad Gable get a win.
What does it mean? What does the win mean?
I don't know.
Nothing.
They're happy, though. They're celebrating. I did like
the
the new shush at the beginning of the match. I feel like that might get over.
I love Chad Gable. I have since pretty much he was introduced. When people would talk about Alpha Academy, I was always like, Chad Gable's the one to watch, not this Jason Jordan, whatever.
No, they made a great tag team, though. They were better than the Cri
To me, Chad Gable was always the one that felt like he was a legitimate star, that if it wasn't for Vince McMahon's size queen fetish stuff that he has of like, it's got to be a guy who's 7 foot tall. I'm like, Chad Gable, when they did the whole thing with Kurt Angle, I was thinking like, seriously, you should have had it be Chad Gable who was the thing, because Chad Gable felt like a legitimate heir to Kurt Angle. And I just felt they dropped the ball with that. But I love Chad Gable. I think he's honestly underappreciated. I don't think people recognize how.
Well, I appreciate him, so I appreciate him. I have respect for Gable, but who has respect for Gable? Not the WWE, because they don't cut video packages for Gable the way they cut him for Rhea Ripley, who obviously they love and have an immense amount of respect for, and they see big and shiny, bright things in this girl's future. She's already talking about her legacy. Her legacy, guys. She's just getting started, this girl.
I never even knew I needed 2 Rhea Ripleys on my screen, but I did.
3. You had 3. Finn Balor, JD McDonough, and this is a match I'd like to see. JD McDonough trying to give Finn, a little confidence boost. And then Damian tells Finn that he would never cash in that briefcase on him. Do we believe him?
Foreshadow! No, I don't believe that.
Just teasing us. Just teasing us.
Go watch Ring of Honor.
How good is this storyline? What if Damian Priest wins the Money in the Bank? Seth Rollins beats Finn Balor. Damian comes out and cashes in on Seth. And then Finn causes Damian to lose the briefcase the same night.
No, the only thing I don't like about that is if you make Damian lose the briefcase, then we've got yet another failed Money in the Bank cash in, and I feel like having him
that's how you protect Roman's title reign.
But hold on. Didn't Theory just lose the Money in the Bank thing? Like, I feel like you have to space it out a little bit more, or Money in the Bank starts to lose its value.
All right, guys, I'm giving it to Travis right now. Go ahead, Travis. Tell everybody about this match right here. Change the slides.
Gunther is in the match. That's all you need to know. It's Gunther. There is nothing this man can do wrong. Gunther has been phenomenal since he was in Rev Pro. He was great in Progress. He was great in Stardom. He's great in WWE. Like, what more do you people need to see to recognize that Gunther is the next big thing? What? Well, beating Brock Lesnar at Mania, which should happen, he should beat the holy crap out of Brock Lesnar, make Brock Lesnar look like a tiny little girl. Will that finally make you people realize that Gunther is a legitimate beast? If he beats the beast, if he dismantles him, if he whoops him so bad that Brock takes his ball, goes home, and never comes back, will that finally make you people realize that Gunther is the next future of WWE? He is the future big man of WWE. That's all you need to know. That's literally it to me. Other than that, Kevin and Sammy continues to be a good tag team. I like the chemistry they have. I like that they do. They're
I cut him off. I cut you off for a second.
Have friends and all that. But at the end of the day, you were gone, Savage, so I will say it again. What more do you people need to understand? Gunther is the next best thing. If he beats Brock Lesnar at Mania so badly that Brock takes his ball, never goes home, never comes back, will you people finally realize that Gunther is the future big man of WWE? We don't need Almost. We don't need Von Wagner, even though I like Von Wagner. We need Gunther. That's it. That's the only big man I need.
Done.
Yeah.
Guy's going off tonight. Yeah, we already know Gunther's the man. Seth Rollins.
It's called Passion, Savage.
Yeah, I get it, man. Trust me. Seth Rollins is the man, and he wants to make sure everybody still knows that. He has a quick little interview. They let us know Logan Paul will return next week. Also, Seth Rollins decided to take an open challenge next week. I wonder if Logan's going to be the one to challenge him, or what's Logan coming back for? Maybe to set up a SummerSlam match. I guess we'll have to wait till next week.
That's what I didn't like. Why would he challenge and then they show Logan Paul right after?
Yeah, I don't know.
Thinking that,
it got me thinking that too. We're also going to see Shinsuke Nakamura versus Bronson Reed next week.
Reed needs to win.
Yeah, Riddle has an interview. They show us a little preview of what happened last week with him and
what, Mick? You disagree?
Imperium over here. Imperium is going to have a match now with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. This was a great match. I had a lot of fun with it. It was a hard-hitting match. The spots were good. The action was good. The tag team work between Imperium was good. The tag team work between Sami and Kevin Owens was getting good. You could see they're getting more comfortable actually being a tag team, trying more moves out, more combos. I was kind of shocked to see the match end with a Blue Thunder Bomb. I've never seen Sami really get a pinfall from that. And, it was kind of cool to see.
Yeah, great match. Right outcome by not having Gunther take the pin. It's okay for them to lose, but if you make Gunther take the pin, you've taken a lot of momentum. So that would have been the wrong decision. I do agree with you. They're getting better at looking like a real tag team every week. But I got to be honest with you. You said, what about Indus here? I want to see the NXT dominant, destroyed everyone, Imperium come back. I want to see them be the ones to beat it, but I want to see enough of this song and dance of, Giovanni doesn't talk and Kaiser speaks for everything. Like, just give me the Imperium of old from NXT and all's right in the universe. That's all I need.
You might get it. You got to be patient, man. It could happen. I think Imperium is going to get stronger, and they're going to get stronger because they're going to get more members. Dragunov is eventually going to join them, and there's going to be a beautiful story lain later on down the road.
How are they going to explain the hatred between Dragunov and Gunther? You got to remember.
Listen, no. Listen, stop. That's not even there yet. Because as far as WWE TV is concerned, they don't always apply the heat from NXT UK or NXT. So it's going to be like a fresh start. Dragunov's going to show up, probably join Imperium, and then little by little, you'll see the pieces of the storyline develop, whatever angle they decide to go. Whether maybe Dragunov decides to turn on Gunther, maybe Gunther turns on Dragunov. I don't know, but right. It's going to be good.
You're right, as seen by the fact that lost the time, I remember this. Go back and watch SmackDown. When they're calling up people, when it gets to like Alba Fire and Isla Dawn, or even Andy Hartwell, like, you can hear cheers, but you also hear some people just being like, who are these people? Why do I not know them?
100%. But overall, I thought Raw was a good time tonight. I give it a thumbs up. It was better than last week. It was better than a lot of the weeks this year. Good up-tempo show with some solid matches and decent storytelling, new rivalries. Jay, are you giving it a thumbs up?
No, I thought Raw can never put a story together. It can't put a 3-hour show together, but they put a good beginning and they put a good ending. So that's why I'll take it. But I don't like it. I didn't like Raw tonight. All
right. Travis, you give it a thumbs up?
I'll give it a grade. I'll give it a B+. It was very good. I liked a lot of it. What is holding it back, I agree with Jay. They're not very good at building stories and keeping me invested in them. But the thing is, Raw is weird in that it's almost a little bit like what AEW originally said it was going to be, where it was like, oh, we're not so much about the stories, we're about the in-ring wrestling. That's how I look at Raw. Like, I know that the matches are going to be great on Raw. It's just the stories that are suffering.
Well, I actually think Raw tried to be a little more like AEW this week after such a great promo between MJF and Adam Cole. They said maybe we should try some shoot promos, and they tried one with Becky, they tried one with Seth and Finn, and honestly, they were nowhere near as good as what Adam Cole and MJF did on Wednesday night, not even close. So you can see WWE needs some work. As you can tell, when these characters are allowed to kind of be free, some of them can't deliver. Becky Lynch was a clear example of that tonight. Finn Balor might have been the other.
In fairness, though, you said it wasn't as good as MJF and Adam Cole. In fairness, MJF could have a promo and a feud with a plastic bag, and he could find a way to sell us that. He's that freaking good. This is a man.
He is that good. And
he came out. I swear to God, he came out flipping the doctors off just because he knew it would get him heat.
Calm down, Mick. It wasn't a 10+ tonight.
Definitely not. Seth freaking Rollins next week on Monday Night Raw, World Heavyweight Open Championship Open Challenge. But tomorrow night, you can catch Wrestling with Savage again, covering NXT. We'll have the answers. We'll find out if Seth Rollins does show up to NXT. And we'll find out anything else, what's going on with Baron Corbin, what's going on with Dragunov. There's a lot of good shit in NXT. And in my opinion, I said it on Busted Open. I called on Saturday. I was on the air. Mark Henry let me talk for about 2-3 minutes. I also let the entire nation know that the Party with Marty Jannetty podcast is on the goddamn way. But I let them know that NXT was my weekly winner from last week. I thought they delivered the best show, even though AEW delivered the best promo.
Savage, do you think, I'm asking you this legitimately, do you think NXT ever has something that is on par with, captures the magic of whatever you want to say, of one simple thing? Undisputed Era. No matter what happens in NXT, evidently, I know personal friends who are like, yeah, it's okay, but it's not Undisputed Era. And I'm like, but that's the problem. I don't think you will ever catch something as good as Undisputed Era again. And I think that it's unfair for people to be holding NXT to this, well, yeah, but it wasn't as good as when Adam Cole was champion. No, but Adam Cole is an AEW. Stop comparing everything to when he was champion.
No, there's always going to be sour people that just hold on to a certain thing. There's someone out there right now that says, I can't watch wrestling because it's not as good as when Hulk Hogan wrestled. Someone else that says, I can't watch it because it's not as good as when Stone Cold and Triple H and yada, yada.
When the Orange Sheik's whooping people.
Bruno Sammartino. It wasn't as good as when Buddy Rogers. It wasn't as good as when Ric Flair, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. The list can go on and on and on, and there's all those kind of people. What I say to them is, who gives a shit what they have to say? They're just, they can't get along and have fun and enjoy the ride. That's what I tried to do on Monday Night Raw tonight. I tried to just enjoy the ride, the 3-hour ride. It's a long ride every Monday night, and if you're a wrestling fan, you know that ride sometimes can be a hard one to get through, but that was not the case tonight. I enjoyed Monday Night Raw. I had a good time. I had a good time on here tonight talking about wrestling like we always do. Thank you, Jay. Thank you, Travis, for joining me. This is Wrestling with Savage. We're fucking out of here. We'll be back tomorrow night for NXT. Everybody have a good night, and God bless if you believe in him.
Night, boy.
Nice stiffy.
Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, project you live as a champ. A last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a choke slam. Here to give it to you raw. This is Wrestling with Savage. SmackDown, hold the title. This is Wrestling with Savage. What?
Wrestling with Savage begins now.
Travis, do you have more to say to the people? Because there's still 4 people watching. If you want to go off on a rant.
No, I was just saying, this, to me, was a lot easier. You said, 3-hour ride, it can be difficult. This was a lot easier to get through than last week. Last week was so talk heavy that at one point I was like, guys, I don't care. Don't talk anymore. Somebody punch somebody in the face. I don't care if it's the cameraman beating the crap out of the sound producer. Enough talking. Tonight was them scaling back on the talking, but the problem is it's like you need to keep the energy of the night of a lot of talking but the shortness of this, like, don't have it be everything is nothing but talking, but when they talk, have it feel meaningful, have it be a purpose. Like, how do they not get that if it's you're just cutting a promo and you're stumbling all over yourself the whole time? It's like, nobody's gonna buy that. Even Zoe Starks, who I think normally she could have carried Becky through a bad promo. Even she seemed to be struggling tonight. And I'm like, okay, Zoe Starks is great on the mic. What is going on?
What is going on, Travis, is 52 weeks a year. It is hard to put on a good show.
Where were they tonight?
I don't even know, man. Kentucky or...
I was going to say, if you were said Colorado or something, I was going to be like, they can blame it on the elevation. But, you know.
Nah, listen, it's just hard to consistently make sure everybody that comes out on the card that night is going to be at their best, especially if you switch things on the fly. WWE is so choreographed and so scripted to the point that when they change a script on the fly, it really impacts a star's ability that night to perform because they're used to it a certain way. They're used to being told what's going on like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks in advance. They have scripts, they have storylines, they have different appearances they have to show up for, interviews. They have like a whole itinerary when they get to the thing. They got to be at makeup at 5 o'clock. They got to be at 6 o'clock to talk to Baron. They got to be at 6 o'clock to talk to this guy or Corey or Vince or Triple H or whatever the fuck.
You know what? You know how much I hate him, and I'm even going to give credit here. He did the best he could with the bad situation. But I remember reading an article from Goldberg himself when he was talking about how he flew to Saudi Arabia, crown jewel, I'm losing, I get there. And 5 minutes before I go out, it's, oh, by the way, tonight you're beating the Fiend. And I look at them and I'm like, what the, he said, I'm like, what the fuck? You've had this ending planned for 3 months. And now the night of, 5 minutes before I go out, you're changing this. The thing is, you like you said, you have to be able to adapt. But I do think it's like, man, if you're going to change things, you need to let the wrestlers know at least a day ahead of time, because changing 1 or 2 little things makes you have to rework your entire promo.
At the end of the day, this is the one business that you have to be able to adapt on the fly, because unlike filming a movie, if one of the actors breaks their leg on the set, guess what? The film isn't going to be filmed. They stop filming. They reschedule. Monday Night Raw is live. Someone breaks their leg, the match either is going to continue or end, or
you get an X. They cut away.
You don't always get an X. Sometimes the wrestlers eat the fucking pain. They limp and they do whatever, and they ask the guy to just body slam him, suplex him, splash him, whatever.
On a bit of good news, because sad news about the Sheik. Good news. I was reading an article. I like to read wrestling articles as well, as long as studying history. But anyways, this article said that R-Truth is cleared and will probably be back in the next month or 2, which I'm not a huge R-Truth fan, but hey, I'm glad to hear you're doing better.
He's done phenomenal work with himself over his entire career.
And I will admit, I died laughing at his, the famous,
he's a first
I will throw you over that top rope, Paul Heyman.
He's a first ballot Hall of Famer. He has given the WWE Universe moments that nobody will ever forget. The whole Jimmy thing.
Jake Roberts is a Hall of Famer. Is that correct? He has a Hall of Fame ring?
Yeah.
Never won a world title. I see R-Truth the same way. Never won a world title.
Yeah, but Jake the Snake won an Intercontinental title, and he also was there at the beginning of Stone Cold's rise.
Wasn't R-Truth I think he was either.
He might have been. He probably was. A lot of people at this point wearing that IC title ain't always bragging, man, because a lot of those guys' careers didn't span out.
Hey,
listen, I gotta get.
Not the
I gotta get the hell out of here, Travis, because if I don't get out of here, we'll be talking too much more.
Okay, I'll see you tomorrow, man. I might be on a little bit late, but I'll see you tomorrow.
If you want to talk to the people tomorrow, I'll let you, but I think we should just come back tomorrow.
Yeah,
talk to NXT. All right, he's good.
It's Travis, midnight here. I gotta sleep.
I'm out of here. He's out of here. I'm out of here. He's out of here.